Welcome back to MoAre5 games, quarterfinals, loose bracket. I hope the games are working. Melkor against Keif. You can see Megastroke Spanish against Teutons, Japanese, Incas. Should be interesting. Let's go for the games here. We have Melkor as the Spanish in the first game. I hope I did the bands correct in the first picture we saw before with the draft. Up to feudal age. We have the main gold on the side, the main stone forward, not too far, but on the walls. Third gold outside. We have one really close to the second stone here outside. There is an extra gold in the back. Melkor is actually pushing the or tried to, and that means I'm missing a third gold, which is even more forward outside. There's one more really close to space. This one more or less in the neutral zone. There are berries on the map, and where's that? No, I think I've seen everything. We have Keif with Japanese, main gold and main stone forward, not the best map ever. Second gold safe in the back, this is nice, and a second stone safe in the back, a little bit of space to boom if he needs it. So actually the map is okay-ish compared to Melkor's at least, and a third gold forward outside, one really close on the left hand side. And this one not too close, actually more in a neutral zone on the right. And I think we've seen everything there is to know about this map. I expect Melkor to go with armies soon. He's on stone actually with 8 villages. A little bit late, but no, he's got the stone. Bought 100 and is going to build a castle now. Sending the villages away actually, not getting more stones. So this looks like a 1TC push or a 1TC play for now, because otherwise we'll stay on stone probably already. And we see a monastery coming up. No. Also no, very early castle age for Melkor here, and he cannot even afford to go with any conquistors right now. Not sure what this build order was, how it was intended to work. Now Keif is going with triple monastery actually, double mining camp. Japanese of course the cheapest, so it makes sense, and he's going Boso as well. We're going to see 1 TC from Keif and selling 200 stone to get more gold, and I guess that makes sense. The first monks on the way, actually a house to prevent any tower hop. We're going to see the first few conversions probably soon, because now there is 3 conquistors maybe, I guess 3, and a scout on the field, and those 2 monks will be hunt down. Not sure if Melkor can see them, but I guess he knows that the monks are going there. And the scout is moving forward to take down 1 monk. No, not happening actually, but both monks did the conversions, or didn't they? No, this monk could actually convert, but 1 conquistador converted and 1 going down, I guess. So Keif for now with a good position in the game. And Melkor needs to go his own monks, yes, there we go, and probably should do atonement as well. Now Keif got the resources already, maybe he's going for fast imp, opting for that, should go with another house, going with the mining camp now on the main stone. Probably wants to go for a castle later on to get some trebuchets up, and Keif also picking up more relics, also the one close to Melkor's base. Right now, ooh, and again conversions happening for Keif here, I think. The monks will finally go down, 1 conquistador got reconverted, but this monk on 2 HP surviving, and the 2 conquistadors is now taking on a monk quick here, only 30 HP against obviously 45 for the Japanese monks, and Melkor with only 2 conquistadors at one time. That's not enough, and that monk is going down because, yeah, it doesn't have sanctity. So Melkor actually with a little bit of a mistake here. They are so lucky, it was a little bit lucky, but not having sanctity is a mistake. Heresy now coming in from Melkor, investing a lot of gold here, interesting to see. I'm not sure if that's the best option in the game, but he has a lot of villages and gold, so he can afford to. And still no extra TCs for any player. Melkor 8 villages ahead, but Keif on the way to Imperial Age. Melkor still going for more conquistadors now. I guess he wants to get a bigger army, and Keif is actually close to getting up a castle, and I guess he's going to move forward then, because it wouldn't make sense to go on the back with the castle here. He wants to get rid of Melkor's castle using trebuchets probably, and then maybe try and go with more monks, possibly pikemen. That's an option for him. Or against elite conquistadors, I don't know if elite skirmish is an option. Castle coming up not so far forward, I guess that's more or less a safe castle. It's not a mistake to go in the middle of the map. Actually, I think it's quite alright. And he's going to be up to Imperial Age within seconds, while Melkor not even close. Instead, Melkor going with a lot of conquistadors. He's got 10 of them already, or maybe 11 here. I think it's 11. And he's now moving out. He only came there when the castle was finished, but he's killing a few monks here actually. Not sure how many he killed, and a nice mangonel shot on the conquistador, so he lost quite a few conks. I think that was more monks before. Now the monks getting dropped out, again trying to convert, and all the conquistadors dying. That was not a good fight by Melkor. He's losing a lot of military for nothing. Look at this, 21 death. And I guess some conversions were successful and the Conquistors were actually converted. But the first Trebuchet now hitting, Illumination Theocracy coming in from Keif, and of course 2 Trebuchets on the way. A lot of food actually from Keif, and he's going for archer ranges. So I guess we're going to see Elite Skirmishers now. It could also go for Arbalest, but they cost gold again. I don't know if Keif can afford that right now. The Elite Skirmisher probably cheaper. Light Keif on the way from Melkor, so maybe Arbalest would be better. Crossbowman actually coming in, so it is actually Crossbowman Arbalest the idea. And Castle going down. Looks like Melkor, he's got another castle up to protect the main gold, but he may be in trouble soon because there's a few monks, actually 7 of them, and 2 trebuchets moving forward, probably starting to hit the walls next. No, this is open actually. Hitting the castle next, good idea. Elite Skirmisher on the way, Bracer on the way, so no crossbowmen apparently. Keif deciding to go with the Elite Skirmishers instead. Maybe he doesn't have the resources for Arbalest. Now Melkor is moving out the Conquistors and Light Keif. The Light Keif, there's only singles coming in, and the Conquistors need to go back because they're getting converted again. The Elite Skirmishers are doing a lot of damage on those. The Light Keif at least taking care of those trebuchets. But the castle went down, and that means Melkor, without any castles left, cannot go for more Conquistors, needs to rely on Light Keif here. Is low on food, has a good amount of gold in the bank, but cannot really do a lot with that right now. And I think maybe he should have gone for Conquistors and monks himself. It would have been a decent idea. Not to allow this castle coming up in the middle was a mistake, but he didn't scout at that point in the game. Scale barring armor, bloodlines on the way. Problem is, those Elite Skirmishers will be good against the rest of the Conquistadors. And then I guess the Light Keif could run into a few pikemen soon. Bloodlines on the way. Bloodlines stun now. Very important upgrade here. Melkor low on everything. 66 villagers against 51. So the villager difference not even that big. Ballistics coming in from Keif. And is he going for any extra TCs? No, still only 1 TC. Now he's moving forward the Elite Skirmishers with 1 trebuchet and a few monks here. And the monks, oh, knights is not a good idea. I guess the monks will be able to convert knights very fast here. And those 2 knights pretty good converted. Yeah. They died just to the heresy. And there is the next trap hitting buildings. Melkor calling GG. He lost too many units. He was allowed Keif to get this castle up. Not a very good game for him in my opinion, but a nice game for Keif actually, with the monks doing a good job, and Sanctity was very important here. Melkor lost so many monks because he didn't have Sanctity. So let's go into game 2 now and hope that he's doing better there. Because I want to see 4 or 5 games, not only 3. We have Mygas Turks and Teutons Incas. So choice here, let's go for the game. And it's Keif with the Teutons and Melkor going with Turks. And Melkor is on the way to feudal age. That means he is going to move forward with 5 villagers, go for a little trash here apparently. Let's go for Keif's map quickly, look what it's like. In the back, a lot of nothing actually. Pretty much nothing at all. We have the main gold for him safe in the back. This is nice, it's good for him. 1 relic close, missing 1 sheep actually. Could have picked that up, cannot see it probably. Extra berries on the outside. 3rd gold really far away, extra gold here on the side, relic into neutral zone. There's the tower coming up on the main stone, and the 2nd gold also outside, and the 2nd stone also forward. Quick palisade coming up to make sure that Melkor cannot tower hop in, and a few houses, but Keif has both stones forward, and that's not good for him. Can Melkor see this actually? He can see the main stone, he can see the 2nd stone. So it's a pretty good idea to go with the tower, and now a few villagers coming forward to build a quick counter tower. Keif going for Loom immediately, it makes sense. Melkor in the meantime is trying to go in. Can Melkor see the tower coming up? Yes, he can. No fletching done yet. Well, the wall is going down. And now Melkor is going to wall his tower and go for the deer. What? Why isn't he not going in? 265 stone. He could easily go in and try to put another tower up, maybe right here, go through the houses, something like that. But it's not happening. Instead, he's sending the scout in, trying to... Not even that, he's going out again. Not sure about that build order. What is Melkor going to do? Main gold for him safe in the back. 2nd gold inside, could be attacked from outside actually, and a 3rd gold outside, all in 1 screen. The 2nd stone forward, the main stone on the side, safe in the back. He's not with villagers on stone any longer, so he's probably going to click up then. Here inside, as you can see, close to the mill actually. And the market now coming up. Legs not up yet, or is it? No, it's not up. And Keif is actually on the way to Castle Age, and Melkor going back with the villagers. He sent them back to the mill. And now he's probably going to try and click up too. What's coming from Keif? Interesting. A fake trash with only 1 tower coming up. But of course he was in stone. And Keif now is 75 stone, but no more. So he cannot get TCs now. Melkor Fianor buying food at this point, selling stone. That means Keif will be able to buy stone cheaper actually. And let's see what's happening. Keif saying lol. I guess that's about the Villagers attacking the tower and no defenses, nothing around with the fake rush. There is 100, 200 stone in the bank now for Keif. He's bought a lot of stone to get TCs up, one on the main gold here, one on the wood line. So Teutons, I guess it makes sense to go with 3 TC boom at least, both are on the way. And Melkor with a good amount of wood and food in the bank actually. Now again with villagers on stone to possibly get a castle up in early castle age then. And with 5 villagers on gold as well. He's sending villagers forward again. He could go for the extra berries, which you cannot see, otherwise he would have stayed forward, I guess. Take that last year and then build a mill here. Fast imp, maybe. Interesting, but no, doesn't look like a fast imp. Monastery coming up, and I know it's fast imp. Ooh, this could be nice. The castle is coming up forward, and Melkor can hide it for now. Until the monk is moving out. Now Keif can see the castle, will try and convert a villager or two here as counter monk, but oh, the villager of course getting suicided. And Keif should pick that relic up. He's going with villagers to build a counter tower. Is he going to be fast enough? Teutons do get 10 villagers inside a tower, but I think that castle should still go up. I don't think Melkor is going to lose the castle here and all the villagers. And then again, he just lost a lot of wills here, and he's sending more. So now I think he should be fine. This palisade is not getting finished, and the tower is hitting villagers, but they have loom, so they're not going to die fast, and the castle is actually going up. So Melkor is saying, no, I'm not going to risk that. I'm sending more villagers immediately. I think he sent them when he saw the counter tower coming up, and that means the tower will go down quickly. The walls behind are not going up even. And Melkor will be able to go for Janissaries. No relics in the monasteries for Keif. Now he's going for barracks actually. With a lot of villages on gold, he could go up to Imperial Age soon, building a lumber camp on the outside or on the inside, but on the offside, let's call it like that. And one Janissary inside, but that's all. Looks like Melkor wants to go for TCs as well. One TC here, very far back on the wood line, not sure why. Could have moved a bit more forward, and one on the thin wood line here, but none is close to gold. I'm not sure why wouldn't you build a TC on the gold here. That would be helpful in my opinion. Did he send the villagers backward again? I guess so. Can he still not see the berries? I would have picked up the berries now, I think. And we have the walls open, of course, but there is a watchtower to make sure those Janissaries cannot do a lot of damage. Now, Melkor actually finding that sheep, and he can attack the woodline. Maybe 8 range? No, he's going back. So, I don't know what's happening here. Melkor with enough stone for yet another castle. Keif going with, what is he doing? Handguard coming in, spending a lot of food on villagers, I guess 62 against 57, not a big difference. More farms coming up, and he's got a lot of gold in the bank. Way too much gold in my opinion. That's a waste of villager time right now. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 stables coming in. Is he going for any units? No, not yet. Actually, I guess knights would be a good option here against the Janissaries. He's now sending villagers outside to take the stone, I guess. Yes, that's happening. But not a lot more happening. Chain barring armor. Looks like Keif is going to stay in Castle Age. A few monks now outside against 2 Janissaries only. Now it's 4. So 4 Janissaries may be able to actually take this fight. And the monk going to help here. But Keif is not doing a lot of military units. Melkor is not doing a lot of military units. And there's the monks going down because Keif did not pay attention. Good job here for Melkor. Let's see his base right now. Castle coming up on the second stone. I like this idea. Keif doing bloodlines. And I think he lost the monks. Now... Wait, what happened? What was that? That 9-4. And really getting picked up now by Melkor, and Bloodlines soon to be finished. Nobody's going up to Imperial Age. 29 minutes into the game, nothing happening. There's 4 relics plus 1 coming in, so Melkor will have 5 relics in the bank. Very, very good for the Turks player who needs a lot of gold over the whole game. And that TC actually getting attacked by Janissaries now. Look at this, almost ridiculous. Fortune coming in from Keif as well. He is going with Castle Age Knights here. And I don't think it's a good idea. I think it maybe should have gone up to Imperial Age, possibly go Hand Cannoneers, Halberdiers, Onager, maybe Siege Onager, even something like that. But like this, the Imperial Age is getting delayed by both players. Knights now moving in against the Janissaries. This could be an interesting fight. Melkor is trying to move back, trying to micro. Of course, the Pelots will go down. So, actually one knight converted as well. This is good for Melkor because the one knight can do a lot of damage. And a few houses to build a choice point for the Janissaries. A very smart game. I like this. This is perfect actually. Very, very beautiful from Melkor here. Very smart play. And that's something I see rarely on Arena. Okay, of course not on Arabia either, because that's happening even less. But it's rarely seen on Arena, and I think it should happen more often. That was beautiful. The villager outside. Now, Keif is actually definitely out to take the extra stone on the map. Got a few outposts here, can see the extra gold, and can see probably this gold as well. No, cannot see that yet. On the right hand side, ooh, I missed that. Ram push on the castle, that's why the knights went out. And Keif now going with the TC. That was also very smart. At the same time that Melkor was able to actually keep his Janissaries alive, Keif was able to go with 5 rams, I guess it was 5, and take down the castle, the forward castle. Now Imperial Village coming up with both players. Pikeman away, heavy plow for Keif. Going to see Boso from Melkor, only now way too late in my opinion. I guess he should get those eco upgrades earlier. And we do see some camels now coming up for Turk. Makes sense because there's knights on the field already. Bloodlines chain barding arm on the way, and Janissaries only won't be too good because Melkor only with 1 castle at this point, but 5 verdict, so heavy camels not a big problem. And now there's enough in Janissaries to actually push this back to stop the knights from moving forward and trying to raid. We have Imperial Age for Melkor. What is he going to do? What's coming up first? Heavy camel on the way. Good idea in my opinion. And plate barding armor conscription. So all the upgrades for the camels right now. They're going to run into pikemen, but I guess the camels should be alright when they're backed up by the Janissaries. Now, Cavalier coming from Keif, Squires on the way. Not going for chemistry yet. I guess hand cannons might be an option, or maybe Onager, but Keif could afford Onager almost. Big fight happening with the camels and the knights. The knights will be Cavalier soon, but the heavy camel upgrade first. And that means now Melkor can actually hunt down those knights until they're Cavalier. Where's the Cavalier upgrade happening? Soon to be there. Now, yeah, there's a few halberdiers in the mix, so the heavy camels should go away. That's actually not a very cost-effective fight. Janissaries on the outside, stopping a TC from going up. Those 5 rams cannot do a lot here. And for now, Melkor is keeping map control. Castle on the left-hand side, attacking these 2 towers. I like this castle on the left because it's protecting the extra gold and the 3rd gold as well. Now, bombard cannons on the field, and Melkor is starting to push here. He's got more military units, he's got more villagers, the town center is going down, and Keif suddenly in a difficult position. Doesn't have enough halberdiers, and I think he needs Onager as well. She cannot afford right now. Or maybe his own bombard cannons, but I feel Onager would be better. And more helps. You need the halberdiers, you need something against, you need Onagers against the Janissaries. Elite Janissary on the way. This is huge because when a Turks player can afford to go Elite Janissaries, then usually the other player is in trouble. You can see the halberdiers moving in, but they're dying so fast. And like this, Melkor is taking the 2nd game, tying the score, and we're going to see at least 4 games. Nice for us. Let's go to game 3. And here it is, Magyars against Incas, played on patch 5.7, and actually I need to get in early because as you can see, that's 4 + 2 + 4 sheep, 10 sheep for Keif. He is stealing sheep right now, and actually I think I saw the start of this game live. I would have so hoped that Melkor would just go forward and lame this boar, and possibly lame the 2nd boar as well. That would have been so awesome. Keif picking Incas here and choosing 5.7 as a patch, 5.6 is the standard. Because there was a bug actually where in 5.6 Incas did not have a llama at the start, and Keif said, no, I want to have the llama by the cost of the Eagle Warriors, I think producing a little bit slower, and the upgrade cost a bit more, something like that was changed in the balance. So we're going to see patch number 5.7 the remaining games, actually in all of them. Because that's at least 4, possibly a 5th. I'm not going to spoil or anything here. But they forgot to change the patch back after game 3. That's what I know. Let's go for the maps now. I guess I can go a little bit faster anyways. Melkor is down 2 sheep, but it's not a big problem, I guess. And with Magyars, he may be able to take a feudal age fight later on against the Eagle Warrior. He's got a main stone far forward. I expect to see towers or a castle. Actually, tower rush would be possible. Castle would come in handy too. 2nd stone also forward, so stone-wise, once the main stone is covered, maybe even Keif could go for a tower rush here, would be possible. But let's see. You have the main gold relatively safe in the back, 2, 3 deer on the back side here, Melkor could lure them in. And then there's the 2nd and 3rd gold. Would love to see like walls coming up here, or maybe across here, to actually keep these 3 gold safe. Look at this, this is a very important area. And I think Keif is probably not going to spot it early on. Now, Melkor is saying, let's go up to feudal age fast, let's go to stone. He's going for the towers, apparently. I hope this time for real, not fake. We have an extra gold on the left-hand side. We have an extra stone on the left here. Relics on the open field is really closer to Keif. 3rd gold from outside, main stone on the far side, but forward. Actually, quick palisade coming up because you can see the tower right now. Extra gold in the back. Let's check, actually. Keif cannot see the extra gold, he can see the second gold safe in the back, can see the second stone safe in the back, is clear inside the main gold on the side here, and quick stone walls and market blacksmith coming up. So Melkor is actually too slow to really do a lot of damage at this point in the game. I think so at least. Let's go to 85 speed, that's my favorite speed actually to cast right now. I think it's really nice, especially in the early game before a lot of things happening at the same time. Cast stage coming up from Keif first, expected, makes sense. And I think without any delay, 1443 is really early on, 28 population. So this tower rush didn't really work. Now Melkor is saying, let's try to volley my opponent in. Is that really helping anything? I don't think so. I think Melkor should have just gone forward with another tower, maybe right here, and try to attack the main gold. Melkor, that's the problem, he cannot see this main gold, so he doesn't know that it would be good to have a tower here. He's walling around, but I don't think he's going to finish all of this, because look at this, this is really a lot to wall in. And then, does it really help? I don't think so. So Keif now up to Castle Age, Melkor going with the stable, he wants to go for military units, possibly for knights in Castle Age. And Keif is up to Castle Age, going for a siege workshop immediately. He had to build a counter watchtower, so not enough stone for a TC yet. He's deleting the walls now in the back and probably going with TCs later on, but first I expect him to go with at least a barracks or maybe a monastery, something like that. And we're going to see Mangonel now. I'm not sure why, because this watchtower is doing nothing, and Melkor actually given up on the idea of walling Keif, and it's not going to happen. Melkor up to Castle Age now, clicked up. Another mining camp coming up here. What is Keif's plan? I don't know. Does he want to go for a fast imp? Because a lot of villagers on gold looks like a fast imp to me. I'm not really sure what he's planning to do. For now, not even a monastery coming up. Nothing actually, only the mangonel to hit that tower, and doesn't really do a lot. Let's check Melkor's resources. Actually is not on stone any longer. Enough stone for one extra TC. Possibly going for scouts. Yes, scouts on the way. Good amount of farms up already. Makes sense. He went for the rush early on. But I don't think this feudal tower rush was a good idea, because Melkor isn't going through with it. And I think like Winchester style would be really, really strong here. But that did not happen. Now Keif is saying, I'm going to revolt here. Revolt behind that just in case, and I have 3 mangonels, so why shouldn't I continue to attack here, break free, and maybe even go into my opponent's base. Let's see for Melkor, going with an extra TC on the back here on the woodline close to the main gold. Monastery coming up, and actually he walled this, very good idea. So he's pretty safe at this point. In the left hand side, 3 scouts out to possibly protect some monks, I can imagine. And now the 3-4 mangonels probably moving forward soon to attack this gate. So Keif is the one who's going aggressive now. Left hand side, the scouts patrolling the relics. I don't think Keif, yeah, he's got a barracks up and now going for a double monastery actually. But very late, both so light Kev on the way. And TC number 3 coming up from Melkor also in the back here on the wood line. I think they should pick up this relic to get a few farms around here. Villager-wise, Keif is 4 behind. Siege workshop coming up from Melkor. He needs that very soon. Pikemen on the way from Keif actually, so he's expecting, or maybe he saw the scouts, I guess he could see them, so he knows there is a stable up, and he's moving forward with 4 mangonels, with 4 spearmen, 2 monks and a scorpion actually, so I guess archers is not really the option here. 1 mangonel moving out. Does Keif have redemption? I don't think so, otherwise he would have started to convert. Maybe he's getting redemption soon, 350 gold in the bank, and the light Kev cannot move in easily because the mangonel's actually attacking the ground here, very nice. The pikemen are too strong. Monk is always going down. I think 2 monks went down. And I guess Mangonel's 1 for 1 here. Redemption Sanctuary now on the way. That's what Keif needs. He's going really aggressive here. And he is with 3 monasteries now. So going with a lot of monks. While Melkor needs to fight pikemen and siege now. This monk is going the wrong direction. I think he should move them around here. There is a monastery coming up. That's monastery number 4. And Keif is going with the monk rush with Incas here. Not sure about that. Magyars, I don't think they get atonement. So you can't really counter this. But Monk Brush, it can work, of course, and you couldn't go Eagle Warriors, which will be even more difficult to defend from. The Light Calf against the Pikemen won't really do a lot. The Mangonels need to be used to get rid of those Pikemen, actually. And we might even see a castle coming from Keif. No, it's not on stone. Sad. I would have liked to see a castle now come up, but he cannot afford this. He's going with a lot of Mangonels. He's got 5 of them, 2 Scorpions. Actually, that's 4 monks. He's starting to convert that stable, which is a good idea. And he may be able to convert a siege workshop next. Now, a stable for Keif, but he cannot produce anything, so he's deleting it just like that. And Keif is actually now, what's that, almost 30 villages behind, but he's the one who's going really aggressive here with pikemen, with scorpions, mangonels, everything. And Melkor actually is trying to hold, but looks like he's in trouble a little bit now. The villagers have to attack that mangonel that got converted by Keif. Very good job for him. Barracks now coming up inside. Guard tower on the way from Fëanor. Sorry, from Melkor. I read Fëanor just over there. And the TC actually going down. That's not good for Melkor here. Melkor and Fëanor. That's why I read Fëanor here. We have 2 TCs remaining, and I don't see any guard towers. Did he really do the guard tower upgrade, or was that a bug? I don't know. Do we see any towers? He's actually going out to mine the extra stone on the map. Got 3 relics outside. University is up, but I don't see any towers. What guard tower upgrade for? Now Keif is moving into the back of Melkor's base. He's going to attack the next TC. Moving out of the range from the TC, I guess, but the Scorpions will be able to deal with the villagers. This mangonels should not go down, in my opinion. Keif actually moving around to try and follow these villagers which are going out. Now actually the first guard tower coming up, double guard tower on the way, fletching coming in from Melkor, but he lost his main base, and that's really not good, because look at this, all these idle farms. Now that TC is not even attacking the mangonel, the villager went down. That's a TC without any villagers. There's a lot of villagers around the third TC that Melkor put up, but this is looking good for Keif right now. Incas against Magyars, not really sure what the better civilization is overall, but Keif found a way to go really aggressive, which is what he's usually doing. He's good at that, in my opinion, and I think Melkor should have expected that this guard tower will not go up. Actually, they look like walls. They look quite beautiful. You could put them in the walls, and it wouldn't even make a big difference here. And Keif has 2 TCs, 3 TCs now, so he's catching up in villagers. Melkor lost a lot of fills. He's only on 68. Keif is on 60. This is looking good for Keif. Melkor had to put up new TCs, so he still got 3 of them, 4 of them actually, because Keif did not even bother to go and take this TC down. Villagers engaging in the fight, now a few monks converting. There's got 2 or 3 villagers converted and a few of them dying. This guard tower is not going up. Keif, I think, has now the time to boom up to Imperial Age, maybe with like mini boom, maybe he could even go for a full boom, but I don't think he needs it. Soon to finish the main goals. He should move out to take the 3rd gold here as long as he can, as long as he has map control. And he's still going aggressive with mangonels to hit the guard towers now actually. Villagers forward to repair, and Keif doing wheelbarrow is still pikeman. He's still got control over Melkor's space here. He's still attacking this TC, or again is attacking this TC. And he's got rid of the first guard tower. The second guard tower is soon to finish, to go down too. So he's soon to finish the guard tower defense here and finish it off. And Melkor actually calling GG. He knows this is over. He will not be able to come back, and Keif will be able to go up to Imperial Age soon. To go probably Eagle Warriors then. So right now, Keif in the score lead. Very strong game for him. A very weird tower rush. I think Melkor should not go for this strategy. He's better at defending from tower rushes, I guess, and then go with his Castle Age army. But like this, Keif going in the lead. Let's go to game number 4. We have an Indian war now, and this possibly favors Melkor because Indians is not a monk civ. You can see Keif is going up really early, 1407. He's on 26 population, 25 villagers, luring in ears in some deer. Let's see what he's planning to do with his map. 2 extra golds in the back, which he cannot see. You can see the second stone safe in the back. He has the main gold in the main stone 4, the second gold on the right hand side outside, the third gold on the left hand side. This could actually be walled, and then you would have one relic inside, and an extra gold, or a second gold, third gold, whatever inside. TC coming up on the main gold for him, and another TC coming up on the wood line here in the back, close to the stone. So actually he's going for a 3 TC mini boom right now with a lot of food in the bank. This is huge. He can produce villages forever. We see a stable up for Melkor expected, to be honest, and I guess he's going to go with camels soon, with scouts and camels to get the map control, get the relics in. He will be able, or maybe able to get all of them. It's possible because Keif did not wall this, and there is one really close to space, second really close to space, the others, this one in the neutral zone, actually extra stone here. We have the second and third gold outside for Melkor, so not really too good. We've got the main gold safe in the back though, or relatively safe in the back, the main stone on the side, and the second stone safe in the back here. One TC coming up in the back on that wood line, I guess another TC coming up possibly on the main stone, or no, he's going for another wood line here actually. And he's got scouts out for now, monastery up, light Keif actually done for him. Interesting to see. He didn't really need it, but I guess he wanted to make sure that he can get all the relics, and he actually likes to go light Keif. He can even go aggressive now. Problem is he needs camels to go aggressive because defending from light Keif with Indians should be easy. Now Keif is going for a boom. He has 10 villages ahead, and he doesn't even have a monastery up as far as I can see. Instead, another TC coming up. I don't like this TC spot at all, to be honest. I think he would have preferred it to see it on the other side. Maybe where this tree is, or maybe even could go for the extra golds, which you can see now. But this TC, you cannot fit any farms around, so you need to spend more wood on mills here. And I don't really agree with that. On the outside, there is one scout trying to be annoying, trying to take down monks, but I think Melkor will be able to get all the relics in now. Can he see all of them? I don't know yet. Let's check. Can he see? No, he cannot see the forward relic, but he can see 4 out of 5, so he will be fine. And he's going to be able to take down the scout eventually. Melkor only with 3 TC, not only, but also with 3 TCs. Houses coming up in the back. And villager numbers still ahead for Keif. Makes sense, actually. That's only 7 villagers. Not a big difference. And we have mining lumber camps getting rebuilt by Melkor. I like to see this. It's usually better. Handcart coming from Keif, so it's going for the important eco upgrades. And look at this, he's building more mills. Good idea. So the farms will be more effective. The forward siege workshop now, and there's camels in the field. That makes sense because Melkor invested into military units already, so why not go for it? Try to be annoying. Pikeman, gold mining, heavy plow on the way. Siege workshop coming up for Keif in defensive position. Does not have the food to click up to Imperial Age yet. Actually, I could have imagined that he will be able to click up before 24 minutes, but it's not happening right now. He's got 4 TC, so wait, is it 4? Yes, it is. It's 4 TC, so before 24 minutes is really hard to do, even with Indians, I guess. And now we do see that 2 mangonels are hitting the walls. Nice pick up here. This villager should go down, possibly. Can he finish the walls? 1 villager actually got converted, and that's -1, -2, possibly -3 villagers. Can he finish the walls? No, that's 3 villagers down, 4 villagers down. Looking good for Melkor right now. He's the one with a lot of military units on the field now, and that villager can actually attack the mangonel. Of course, it got killed now by the TC. That's 1 for 1 now in total, I think, and this mangonel will get repaired. Keif on the way to Imperial Age. Melkor delaying the Imperial Age to get more units out. Actually 4 mangonels now. He will be able to go up through these walls quite quick here. A castle coming up in a defensive position on the main goal for Keif. That's what he needs. Good timing for him. Castle is up, so Melkor actually needs to move. And what is Keif going to do? I hope we're going to see heavy camels or possibly hand cannoneers and I guess pikemen, halberdiers. Are they available? Halberdiers. Pikemen coming up immediately. Barracks coming up actually, and stables. Yes, 1 stable at least. So we might see camels later on. I guess no hand cannoneers right now. The main stone getting into this wall. This is a good idea. This on the left hand side is still open. And now Melkor doing wheelbarrow. Again, really late with resources for him looking good. A lot of mangonels. This amount of mangonels, it might even make sense to go for oranges here. Chemistry on the way to get bombard cannons out is a good idea. And we do see more barracks. Also 1 more stable, but 4 barracks in total. And Keif with 108 villagers against 105 from Melkor is not a big difference. Double siege workshop coming up behind the house wall here. Those camels and light cav could move in, but there is 1, 2 TCs and the castle to protect. Handcart coming from Melkor now. And Imperial Age halfway done, or almost halfway. Barracks also coming up for him, so we might see, or are we going to see champions here? I guess we may see pikemen, halberdier only. Mangonels are moving forward to attack the siege workshop. It's a good idea. And yeah, the first bombard cannons coming out now to be able to attack from a far distance. 2 mangonels moving forward. Can Melkor actually dodge the shot? 1 for 1 here. That's good for Melkor right now. And 1 for nothing. So Keif needs to invest into 2 more mangonels right now. Bombard cannon should get dropped to the back here. And Keif with 127 villagers, but 27 idols. And gold income for him, not looking good. Where was it? Main gold? Is that gone? Is it forward? No, it's forward. And he can finally see finally going for the extra golds. The 2nd and 3rd gold are outside. So maybe Keif make it starved here. Onager coming in from Melkor as expected. Halberd is soon to be done by Keif. And Melkor is the one who is pushing. 42 military units. So actually this worked. He went for a Castle Age army to delay his Imperial Age time, but he didn't allow Keif to go for a smooth transition into Imperial Age units. And now this Halberd is even getting taken down by the pikemen. There is more helps on the way, but Honor just behind that will be able to clear the whole army. Halberdier and chemistry also on the way for Melkor, so it's done the Halberdiers. And now those Onagers moving forward. There's 2 bombard cannons to try and keep those Onagers out of Keif's space. Actually successful right now. And Melkor doesn't have any helps left, so these Onagers may die. Only 1 got converted. Bombard cannons should not go too far forward, but there we go. Keif actually freeing his base and moving out to stop Melkor from advancing. More barracks coming up. Sultan's on the way. I think that's for the gold income. And Keif doing man-at-arms. Blast Furnace. Siege engineers coming in from Keif. Blast Furnace tier for Melkor. Melkor good resources. A castle up to protect his 2 golds. What is the unit choice here? Are we going to see no hand cannons whatsoever? I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. Bombard cannons make sense, but why no hand cannons? They could be really useful. Siege engineers to give the bombard cannons 1 more range. Yes, done for Keif, coming in for Melkor. And Melkor's more villages actually, and pretty much the same military numbers. So I'm not sure. Keif's economy should be better, but Melkor's in a score lead. I guess with the KD, maybe with a better KD, maybe with more upgrades, I don't know. Boatkin arrow ballistics on the way. So we're going to see, I don't think arbalest, elite skirmishes maybe. And Bracer on the way as well. The 3 bombard cannons now hitting that castle, and there's the first few hand cannoneers. Not sure if you should go hand cannoneers now when you have a lot of halberdiers to defend. And I think champions would be a good option here at this point actually. Or maybe, but no, camels would die too fast. 4 bombard cannons now. Cavalry archers is another option for Melkor as well as for Keif here in this Indians war. Because I think the Indian cav archers are quite strong. Not sure if they get an upgrade, but I don't think so. But they should have the +6 in total. Heavy cav archer on the way. Leather archer armor soon to be done. Bombard cannons, there's more of them from Keif. But Melkor still with a good amount of army on the field. Let's go to 75, maybe like 80, 81 speed. It's a bit too fast for me right now. Bombard cannons moving back because there's halberdiers coming in. But they are all standing, not on full HP, but they are not going down too fast. Now Keif is taking his 3rd gold here on the right hand side, on the left hand side. On the right hand side, a castle coming up from Melkor. Really nice to see that. And he's now going to take Keif's gold with another castle coming up. This is huge. Shatakni coming in for the hand cannoneer range. I think that's the hand cannoneer range. Let's see, that's 7. Should be 7+1 soon. And there's still bombard cannons. The heavy cav archers missing bloodlines. This is huge. You need to get bloodlines. +6 pierce armor. That's good. But without bloodlines, they are a weak unit actually, or not a strong unit at least. Melkor good amount of resources, and he's controlling the right hand side, now controlling this gold. Actually, forward archer ranges and siege workshops coming up from Keif. I didn't even see that. Not sure if Melkor saw it. Bloodlines finally getting done, and Keif is moving out of his base with the 8-range hand cannoneers now, but he needs to be aware of that castle. That's why the bombard cannons are starting to hit immediately. And actually, this is an army to fear a little bit, because there's enough heavy cav archers, but there wasn't too many heavy cav archers before. Finally, Melkor sending a bigger group of army and is taking down the bombard cannons actually. Bombard cannons will fall fast. The halberdiers, yeah, there's a meat shield, but they're dying from both sides. Summoning elite skirmisher, light cav ring archer armor now on the way from Keif, so he's thinking about moving forward with capped rams. Actually, Melkor, I guess there was a fight already, which I didn't even see. Melkor is double walling this with stone wall, not fortified wall. I guess he could go for that too. And we have heavy cav archers against hand cannoneers basically. Bombard cannons on both sides, heavy halberdiers on both sides. And the question is, who's going to lose his first castle? The problem for Keif is he's not able to take this gold, so he has the gold disadvantage, and relic-wise, Melkor got all 5 relics in the monastery. That means in the long run, Melkor will have a way easier game than Keif, and Melkor also with a good amount of economy and a good amount of military units now attacking this castle with 5 bombard cannons. It's going down really fast. I think Keif lone resources, and that's the reason that he cannot counterattack this fletching coming in for him. But to what end actually? This forward didn't really do a lot. He's not even producing a lot of units. A few elite skirmishes now coming up, but he needed more units at home where all the halberdiers are dying now. A few hand cannoneers are going to die to the either bombard cannons or heavy cav archers. Look at this, that's 7, 8 bombard cannons in total. Moving forward, they're going to be able to take down buildings so quick. The siege workshops will go down first. It makes a lot of sense. Keif, I think, is losing this game right now because Melkor has full map control. Keif trying to go with another attack. A lot of light cav here, but is it going to be enough? I think Melkor will be able to defend. He may lose a little bit of his economy actually, but he is faster at taking down Keif's base than Keif is at raiding and trying to take down, do damage on Melkor's base. Keif needed to go in here. This is still open. The light cav moving around, but Melkor quickly walling this, and Keif has no way to defend against these bombard cannons and elite skirmishers. He needed to go into the light cav to try and get rid of those bombard cannons. Hussar now coming in from Melkor, scale burning armor, chain burning away from Keif. He's losing a TC. He will lose the rest of the siege workshops, and those bombard cannons are just hell on earth. We have Light Keif raiding coming up and Capdrums approaching this TC, but Melkor is winning the game. Keif is calling GG. Keif knows this is over. There is too many units inside his base. He will lose all his economy. And Melkor taking this game. So we're going into the deciding game number 5. And by default, this is a Chinese war. Melkor in red again with the main gold forward. Second gold outside on the far side, second stone outside. Or I guess the third gold because the second gold safe in the back and an extra gold safe in the back, which Melkor scouted. Good for him. Extra berries, he milled those. Makes sense with Chinese, I guess. And he is on the way to feudal age. Keif is already there. Main stone on the left hand side, forward dish. We have one relic close to Melkor's base. And then there is relic number 2, 3, 4 and 5 all in the open field. Extra gold, extra stone in the open field. So actually, relic wise, the top right hand side might be interesting. And the thing is, Keif has a monk sieve now, or at least can consider the monk sieve, because Chinese get decent monks. I think with Atonement Redemption, I guess no heresy, I guess no block printing actually in Imperial Age. So it's not a complete monk sieve, but should be good enough. And I think Keif, yeah, has a lot of villages on gold. He sold his stone. He's going up to Castle Age quite early. 1449 is really early on for Chinese. Main stone and second stone for him safe in the back, as well as the second gold. The main gold inside, that means only the third gold in a, yeah, let's call it bad location because it's still inside but forward. And Keif is sending villages out now, I guess, to build, not really out, but he's building 3 monasteries, triple monastery coming up immediately. He's going really aggressive here. I think that's what he needs to do. Melkor is expected going with a stable, so he will try to defend this. I think with Light Keif even, good amount of farms up again, and I guess he will go for like 2 TCs, maybe a monastery, and Light Keif upgrade should come for him as well. Scout Cavalry is still getting produced. Monastery coming up, and he's with 4 villages on gold, so he may try to grab a few relics. There's 5 scout actually on the field for Melkor. This is good for him. Light Keif upgrade coming in as expected. But the thing is, Keif can easily go for Spearman, and the barracks is actually already up. Monks getting dropped into his base. Can Keif see all the relics actually? Can see 3 of them. There is 2 more. That's number 4. Where is number 5? Actually, in between the players, Keif can see that one. But the Light Keif are patrolling here already. And there's only 2 spearmen for now. I guess with 3, 4, maybe 5 spearmen, he will be able to take the fight. Now Melkor is doing archer ranges to actually support Light Keif. It's a good idea. And he's going with 2 extra TCs, or did he sell the stone? Did he sell? No, that's Keif. Sorry, Keif has no stone. Melkor actually has 200 stone, so no any extra TCs yet. And Light Keif, there's like 10 Light Keif on the field already. Fletching wheelbarrow coming in. Keif doing pikeman upgrade. Light Keif against pikeman, we know this is going to end, but it depends on the micro. And let's go a little bit slower to like 75 speed. Crossbow upgrade coming in with a few archers getting produced. Actually, double archer range, double stable. This is a huge Castle Age fight. And there's the siege workshop coming up forward. The scout just to see how many Light Keif are actually waiting for the monks, and I think Keif should, and Melkor should move around approaching with the Light Keif from the right hand side, from the top side, and there's the crossbowman also moving in. Keif on 15 military units, but the pikemen will die faster. The crossbowmen, actually 2 crossbows getting converted. This is huge. So the monks went down, but a lot of Light Keif also dying, and those Light Keif need to run away now. Keif actually with the first small victory. He lost a lot of gold units, but I think he is looking better right now. And those pikemen have done a job. Now Melkor needs more crossbows, and Keif is going for Scorpion right now. He will go for Mangonel or possibly a Ram next, but I think the Mangonel would be better. And then he's going for the Ram actually, and then he's going to attack the walls and try to go in. Melkor still low on military units. Keif doing Redemption, very important upgrade, and we still don't see any extra TCs on the map. So this match is going to be really interesting because a lot of Castle Age fights happening. The crossbowmen trying to take down the monks, actually quite successful, and now going back. They need to get microed against the pikemen though. There's so many pikemen on the field already. And Keif now low on resources, but with the next Scorpion coming on, the battering ram is already attacking the walls. And I think he should maybe move to stone now. That would be not the worst idea. Both players on 43 villagers. And Keif still holding map control. Double siege workshop is huge. And those Scorpions will be good against the crossbowmen. We have Melkor a little bit in trouble. I think he needs to go for Monks and Redemption now himself maybe. But Keif is the one who's going aggressive and is going in. Melkor not protecting his main goal with the TC or anything. Maybe in a watchtower would be good here. A Ram now moving forward to take down these archer ranges, so as long as there is no siege workshop up, actually Mangonel on the way already, but as long as it's not getting attacked, you can just attack those buildings. And military-wise, now Melkor again looking good, but those scorpions are doing a hell of a lot of damage, and the crossbowmen are dying fast. As you can see, 4 scorpions have good attack power, so Keif is actually defending his 1 monk, I guess, and his forward army, let's go like this. They are a really good combination here. Now the Mangonel moving up, Bloodlines on the way even for Melkor, and Melkor still not going with any extra TCs. Really surprising to me. Housed on 75, now a few more houses coming up. The pikemen moving in, this archer range not going down because the ram was destroyed, and we might see a Mangonel fight where the light cav are moving around. Can we see a good Mangonel shot? Wow, 2 for nothing. This was huge. Melkor, good shot here, taking down 2 Mangonels for free, and Keif saying, oh, and she just realized, yes, that should not have happened. And suddenly Melkor could actually move forward, but he needs the Mangonels forward and needs to get rid of the monks first. This monk is on 3 HP, so just take it down, get a good shot on it, and yes, there's the monk going down. That means Melkor can now move in. He should move in to take down the siege units. More monks on the way, but these Mangonels not able to hit the scorpions. The two monks here do not convert anything. Use the crossbowmen to take the monks down, Melkor, and you can win the game 1 for 1. Was that a converted Mangonel possibly? And now the Mangonels actually trying to shoot those crossbowmen. The monks went down, but there's 3 Mangonels remaining, and Melkor needs more Mangonels himself. He's actually saving up to go up to Imperial Age, I think at least. He still isn't going for any extra TCs. Of course, Keif doesn't have any extra TCs either. He went for the back's gold now, because his main gold probably running relatively low. And now a big fight happening because the light cav finally moving in, but the pikemen are taking care of them. And that means still 3 Mangonels, now a few monks behind that. And Keif is actually a really nice push moving forward towards the main gold, which he can see, so he knows there is a very good spot to attack. And the crossbowmen should move around, I think. Light cav got converted, that's not good for Keif, for Melkor. Now Melkor is moving out of the villages. Maybe he should have gone with the tower earlier on, or maybe even save up for a castle, but invested a lot into his army, and he doesn't have enough enough siege units. That's my opinion at least. Now those villages actually starting to attack all those Mangonels. Villager numbers still looking good for Melkor, surprisingly, and the military numbers dropping for both players, but there's still monks around. This Mangonel may get converted. The crossbowmen actually now able to take down a few monks, but the scorpions taking care of the crossbows, and there are still so many pikemen. I think pikemen for Melkor would have been good, because how do you counter pikemen? Actually, you can go for your own. It sounds stupid, but it's possible. And suddenly Melkor cleaned this up. I don't even know how this happened. More monks moving in, but there's a light cav already not able to take down a monk. The village is going back immediately. Melkor lost 1 stone somewhere, not sure where, but I think he should go and put up that tower maybe, or get a TC there. Now those Mangonels are in danger of getting converted. They're moving back. The light cav actually trying to approach the monks, but they getting moved back as well. And we have the fight moving back to the middle here with low resources for Melkor, Keif and low resources, a big castle age fight in that last game. Very interesting for me. Monks trying to convert, light cav trying to take down monks, crossbowmen trying to take down pikemen. It's all coming down to micro here, and it's all coming down to the numbers of the, I guess, siege units. They are so important. The pikemen now able to approach the Mangonels. Actually, 1 got converted here. The 2 monks almost dying, but the scorpions doing so much damage. And suddenly, again, only 12 military units on the field in total, but 3 scorpions. That means the crossbowmen need to move back, and both players again on almost 0. Amazing to see that they are really equal in this game, that nobody's able to get a big advantage here. Keif still low on resources, going with stables now himself. I guess he wants to go for light cav or maybe even knights, because there's no monks to counter those knights and no pikemen. I think knights is a very nice idea, and the scorpions of course doing a lot of damage. Those 2 light cav just standing around doing nothing. That's a little bit of a mistake. The monks now again starting to convert the light cav. 1 got converted, and 2 monks dying for that. The crossbowmen still cannot approach those scorpions, and the Mangonel should be able to do some damage. Scale barding armor on the way. That light cav got converted, I think. But there's the Mangonel. There's more monks coming in. Melkor with 1k wood in the bank should convert that into more farms. And Keif suddenly with more military units. And those scorpions are doing so much damage. Look, this is just beautiful. The pikemen trying to approach the light cav. And Melkor now selling some wood, buying some stone. 685. He can go for the castle now. Where do you put the castle? I'm really not sure where you should put that, because this is pretty open here. I think he should re-wall. He's going on the main gold. There's 2 tiles of gold left, but he's also protecting this gold. Ooh, and this might be huge because the Mangonel now moving around. Keif lost. Keif managed to take down the army from Melkor. I didn't even see this because I was looking at the stone, but he lost the rest of the crossbowmen. And now this is a doubt castle because the villagers are dying. Keif moving in, and suddenly the game is turning, which somehow I missed it a little bit. But Keif sending more siege, and that's the deciding factor here, I think. Siege units taking the game. Keif advancing in this loser bracket. We're in a loser bracket, and Melkor is actually out of the tournament. What an amazing series. I hope you enjoyed this one. Very interesting Chinese war in Castle Age without Chukunu. And then see you in the next games and the next sets. GG.